Domestic violence can happen to anyone, and while we mostly hear about women as the victims, statistics show every 37 seconds a man is physically abused by an intimate partner. The topic of men as victims of domestic violence is explored in a new book called Trapped in Silence: The Secret Life of Abused Men and the Women Who Abuse Them. Here today are the authors of that book. I have Dr. Claudia Cornell here to my left and Kimberly C. Taylor. Hello, ladies. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So I'll start with you, Dr. Cornell, and talk to me a little bit about what inspired you to write this novel.
Well, you know, Kim and I have been advocating for women as abuse victims for years now. And at some point, we were asking ourselves, where are the men? Because they were not coming in for assistance the way women were. And so that question caused us to start thinking about it and what all the particular issues are for men, the stigma attached to it, the problems that they have with coming forward. And we decided that the best way maybe is to reach out to them by writing a book.
And when you were doing your research and you found out about men, I know the statistics we said the top was 37%. How
Yes.
surprised were the both of you?
We were actually really surprised because the study that we found those statistics from was taken in 2000, the Department of Justice. So every 22 seconds a woman is abused, but every 37 seconds a man is abused. And it's just something that you don't hear a lot about. And we thought that was very important, that men are being abused and it needs to be addressed.
And talk to us about what are people going to get out of reading your book, or what are they going to find out?
Actually, they're going to hear a little bit about the whole movement to help abuse victims, a little bit of history there, and they're going to learn about the particular issues involved with a female who's doing the abusing, which is different than what we're used to hearing about, and the particular intricacies of what it's like for a man to be abused in an intimate relationship by a woman.
And what are some of the warning signs about abusive women?
Clearly, when a man gets into a relationship with a woman, some of the things that they need to be aware of is what is the history with that woman? You know, how does she handle anger? How does she interact with him when she's upset? What's her history with domestic violence relationships? Does she have one? Is she jealous? Is she demanding? Is she showing controlling behavior? All those things are early warning signs that certainly can lead to physical abuse, and we've seen a lot of that.
And do you find with women, I know when you hear about men abusing women, you hear that they start maybe by punching a wall or something,
Right.
and then eventually go on to hitting their partner.
Exactly.
Do you find the same thing rings true for women?
That's often the case, that it begins with manipulation and control issues, and it moves toward physical things like throwing things and property destruction, and it escalates over time. So anyone out there that says, well, she doesn't hit me though, don't discount the fact that it might get to that place at some point.
Well, and let's talk a little bit just about, obviously you think of a man as being a lot stronger and
Right.
possibly prevent the woman or the partner from hitting him. How does this occur?
Well, a lot of what happens is the men that we've interviewed, we extensively interviewed some men for the book. They're not your classical domestic violence victim. They're actually very successful businessmen. And they were raised to not hit women. So when they're in a relationship with a woman who's then, you know, hitting them or attacking them, they don't know how to respond. And they obviously know they can overpower that woman, but yet, you know, there's the fear that she may call the police and say that he abused her. You know, they just don't have the resources and they're not sure what to do.
And if someone is abusing, obviously they need some sort of help. So do you
Yes.
encourage the people that you've interviewed in your book or other people at home watching to possibly seek out some
Absolutely.
some help?
Yeah, both men and women need help in this situation, and we are wanting to advocate for both, because men need quite a bit of help turning this situation around and understanding more about it. A lot of men, I don't think, realize that they're being abused, especially emotional abuse. When it becomes physical, they have a better idea. But also women, a lot of women do not realize that they are abusive. And so it's very important. They need help to turn that around as well. And so we'd like to help both.
And have either one of you interviewed or met any women that got that kind of moment where it clicked that they were actually the abusers?
We absolutely have.
And
yeah.
what's that experience like?
Well, we work with female perpetrators that get assigned by the court mandated to anger management. And so in working with them, oftentimes it takes getting arrested for them to realize, and they'll say, I didn't realize I was being abusive. I just thought I was angry all the time. And so it's really important. We have a website, womenabusingmen.org, where both men and women can go on there and look at some of the symptom lists and see if they find their lives anywhere on those lists.
It's pretty scary to think about, and I'm sure if you look at that list and you realize, oh my gosh, this could be me.
Yes,
But
I do that, yes.
But the fact that you're offering help and that there's help out there is as good as the goal. So tell everyone how they can get your book if they want to read it.
Well, it's coming out this winter, and off our website we're going to have an announcement when it's ready for print in a way that you can go straight to the publisher and purchase it right off our website. Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you very much for sharing all this information. I'm sure we could do another segment on it because there's a lot of good information that you're trying to get out there. Thank you both again.
Thank
and
you.
Best of luck with your book.
Thank you so much.
Okay, stick around. We've got a lot coming up next on Central Valley Today.